How's it going, guys? This is going to be my update to that first big failure that I had in med school. And so today, many weeks later, I did the retake for that thing that I failed. And, in a nutshell, basically, I did everything that I was expected to do. I memorized the template. I performed the script in front of the patient on test day, the standardized patient, and it all went as perfectly as it could have. And when I was being graded, when I was getting feedback from the standardized patient, they told me that basically they don't have anything to really talk about other than like this one tiny little thing that they said was like a really just tiny little detail that they used to at least have something to talk about. And so they said, like, on my Thesali test, I said full extension of the leg when I was supposed to say 5 degrees of flexion and then 20 degrees of flexion. So I did 20 degrees of flexion, but I didn't also do a 5-degree flexion examination for the Thesali test. And because of that, the whole test gets marked as failed or incomplete. But, besides that, basically the learning experience from that is that there's another test for checking the MCL and LCL, the medial and lateral collateral ligaments in the knee or the menisci. And so the key thing for that is that there's another test called the McMurray test that is far more effective, easy, and fast to do, that is not as easy to mess up as the Thesali. So if I could go back in time and tell myself, if you're doing a lower extremity MSK exam, that's what you want to do. So basically I'm 99.9% sure that we passed our retake exam. The highest grade I can possibly get is a 70%, but I honestly don't care. And yeah, so that basically means that I will have successfully passed and completed the second block of classes for medical school as a first-year med student. And that kind of brings me on to my next topic here, which is that I am going to be taking a leave of absence from school. And there's a lot of reasons for this, but I think just the best way to summarize my thoughts on this is that I really feel like I need time and space to figure out if I actually do want to be a doctor someday and go through medical school. And specifically, I mean a physician, because what I've been learning about medical school is that it's essentially entirely rote memorization of facts, and then you just demonstrate that you can regurgitate these facts during exams or board exams or practicals or in patient encounters. And so that's the gist of what you do. And so for me, it hurts because I miss getting to be creative. I miss getting to teach. I miss getting to do research. And I miss just kind of being more excited about the work that I'm doing. And so I'm trying to just take some time for myself and figure out if I think that medicine is what I want to do with my career. And there's other ways to contribute to the medical field and the healthcare field than becoming a physician. And so that's where I'm at right now, is I'm really trying to just take some time for myself, gather my thoughts, reflect, and figure out if this is what I really want to do. And I don't want to discredit or disrespect anybody who is in medical school becoming a physician, or who is already a physician or a resident, or anyone else in the medical field. I have so much respect and admiration for what people do. The work is absolutely necessary. You save lives every day. You make people's lives better. And so it's pretty hard to fault. For me personally, I just miss a lot of things that I used to be able to do with my life, like research, engineering, designing systems, and testing things and breaking things and working on cars, and just I don't know, there's just a lot of variety and stuff that I miss being able to do. And I know people are saying, like, you just got to tough it through and push yourself through these hard times and see it all the way through. And my issue with that is that I felt like I was burning out in this third block of school. And so I was just feeling very internally conflicted about if this was really what I wanted to do or not. And so if I kept force feeding myself all these lectures and materials that I need to memorize, like I wouldn't do well, because I don't have a light at the end of the tunnel the same way that I see other people having lights at the end of their tunnels for medical school. And I was talking with one of the faculty members last evening, and I was being told that, medical school is not supposed to be something you enjoy doing. This is supposed to be something that prepares you and trains you to be a physician. And so, if there's people out there who can find joy in your training, that's great. But I think the vast majority of people do not like this, and it's really tough and really challenging and really dry. But the reason that it's okay is because it's a transaction. You're putting in this pain and suffering, money, time, effort, all that to become a doctor because that's what you want to do with your life. And you're very sure that that's worth it at the end of the day. You've got that light at the end of the tunnel. And my issue is that I am trying to figure out where that light at the end of the tunnel is for me. And so I just need some time and space to really think and reflect on that. And, there's other things that I can be doing that I think I would be having a lot more fun at. And so I'm going to try to enjoy my life, and I only have so much time and energy on this earth. And so it's kind of just trying to figure out, like, what can I do that would make me feel joy and purpose and meaning. And so that is what I'm working on. And I can come back to medical school and resume where I left off and not have to pay this semester again, because I've already paid them for this semester and I've got that all worked out with the administration. So it's like we're all ending on good terms here. It's not like there's no hate or anything. Like I'm just really wanting to take some time for myself and think about if this is what I want to do, because I got here, I worked really hard to get here, I sacrificed a lot. I wouldn't be here without the help of a ton of people. But if my heart's not in it, I'm going to end up becoming a doctor that I would not want to be a patient for. And so I really need that time and space to figure out what I'm doing with my life and who I am. And so that's the update, is that, I wanted to have a, end on a good note, at least for this first chapter of, my life as a medical student. There might be a part 2. I'm not sure. I'm figuring that out. But I really wanted to just get those 2 blocks completed, done, out of the way. I don't have to think about it. And that way I can just kind of start with a clean slate, because honestly, I was burning out in the 3rd block and I knew I wouldn't pass if I stayed with it. Like, I was just becoming so mentally conflicted and stressed and angry and disappointed in myself for not really giving myself any time or space to have some degree of mental health. That I felt like I had to do this. And so I don't regret and I don't feel bad about my decision to just take a leave of absence for a little bit, and I can come back if I want, and so I really just needed that. And I feel bad if my decision impacts other people. I don't want to hold anyone back. I want everyone to succeed and get out of life what they want to get out of life. If that means becoming a doctor and practicing whatever specialty you want to do, like I fully support that. I fully want people to get out what they want to get out of this. For me, I'm figuring out if that's actually what I want. And so that's where I'm at right now. And so just trying to take some own time and space from my own sanity is what I'm doing. And yeah, it's tough. It's a lot of work. And I'm just trying to make sure that it's going to be worth it if I see it through. And so, I'm going to wrap things up with that. But if you guys have any questions or feedback or comments, like, I'd love to hear them. And I hope everyone out there is doing well. And please stay safe, and I will talk to you guys next time.